So once again, good morning all of you, good morning. And today we are going to start our new chapter, Algebraic Expressions and Identities. Portions for MCQ second 2 is over. The portions are, which are the portions, Albert? Chapters for MCQ 2? Which are the chapters for MCQ 2?
Mensuration, squares and square roots,
Squares and square roots.
exponents and powers.
Yes, exponents and powers. Okay, did you start your revision?
Some,
Albert, did you started already?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so today onwards we also start our revision. Which chapter you prefer? First, which chapter we will do? Any suggestion?
Exponents and powers.
Exponents and powers. Okay, we will start with the exponents and powers, and along with we have to start our new chapter, algebraic expressions and identities. Otherwise, our portions will be lag. Okay, so if there are two periods a day, we will do revision on one period algebraic expressions. Okay, so. For the next class, you prepare algebraic identities. Prepare and come. Then only we can do revision in a proper way. So, how much you will study? Tell me. Do you have your notebooks with you? Algebraic expressions note is with you? Anybody?
Ma'am, algebraic expressions. No.
Not algebraic expression, identities.
Exponents and powers.
Exponents and powers and exponents. Powers and exponents. Okay. Actually, powers and exponents is a very simple chapter. All of you study and come the laws of exponents. Okay. Okay. Study laws of exponents for the next class.
Ma'am, today is next class?
No, not. Next day onwards, Monday, next day. Okay, today we will, I will take our new chapter, algebraic expression, because you didn't prepare for the revision. So, for the next class, next day's class, study power, exponents and powers. Okay. The problems under laws of exponents. Not that is standard form and usual form. Not that is standard form and usual form. Before that, we have problems under laws of exponents. That portion you prepare. And we will do some revision questions in the class. Understood? Understood all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, shall we start our new chapter? Some are joined now for. Okay, so once again, I will repeat for next day's class. You study the chapter exponents and powers. The first session, that is the problems under the laws of exponents. Next day, we will study standard form and usual form. Study, and I will give some problems. We will do some problems here. And if you have any doubt, that also we can clear here. Okay? Now, we are going to start our new chapter. Chapter name is Algebraic Expression and Identities, right? Algebraic Expression and Identities. Algebraic expressions and identities. Algebraic expressions and identities. Algebraic expressions and identities. Algebraic expressions, you have already heard about that word. What do you mean by algebraic expression? You have studied your last year. You may heard about algebraic expression.
Ma'am, integers
Variables.
Yes,
combined.
yes. Algebraic expressions means expression including both integers and variables. Give me some example.
2x.
Yes, integers and constants we weigh. Expressions formed from expressions formed from constants and variables. Constants and variables. Expressions formed from constants and variable. Algebraic expression means it is the expressions. Algebraic expression. Algebraic expression means it is the expressions formed from constants and variables. Formed from constants and variables. What is the meaning of variable?
May
Meaning,
vary.
variable means
Letter.
Value may be varying. May be
value.
different.
It can take any value. Variable means it can take any value. For example, 2x. 2x. Here x is variable. X is variable and 2 is constant. 2 is constant. X is variable means we can give any value for that x. That is, if x equal to 1, we can get the value of this expression as 2x, we can write 2 into 1. If x equal to 5, 2x will be what? 2 into 5. If x equal to 3 by 4, 2x will be equal to 2 into 3 by 4. X is a variable. Variable means it can take any value. We can give any value to that variable such that for those values we will get a value for the algebraic expression. So the algebraic expression will vary as we are giving values to the variable, but constant never change. Value of 2 is always 2 itself. Okay, x is the variable and we can give any value to that variable. Hence, it's called variable. Its value is varies or changes. Okay. Okay. So you write a sentence. Did you write this first sentence? Algebraic expression means expressions formed from constants and variables. Did you write that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Write one more sentence. The value of an expression. The value of an expression changes with the value chosen for the value chosen for the variable it contains. The variable it contains. The value of an expression changes with the value chosen for the variable it contains. Value chosen for the variable it contains. Now all of you write some examples for algebraic expressions. You can write any examples. Examples for algebraic expression: 2x minus y, 3x square minus 4z. Write any five examples. 6xy minus 4y square.
Ma'am, if
Ah,
there is no consonant in the term, so will it be a algebraic expression?
only x square.
Like that.
If it is
No
only x square. Here, this. It is also an algebraic expression because it is 1x square. Okay? X square means it is 1x square. Similarly, we can write 2 is an algebraic expression. Only a constant. Because 2 we can write 2x raised to 0. X raised to 0 is what? Any quantity raised to 0 is?
1.
1. So we can write it 2x raised to 0. So all of you write this type of examples also. Without constant and without variable. Then that also an algebraic expression.
Ma'am,
Hmm?
last
Yes.
class you gave us 3 homework questions, right? Question answers.
Yes. Any
Ma'am,
doubts?
did you discuss in the class?
Sure, which one? Those 3 you didn't get?
No, ma'am, I did it, but I have doubt if the answer is correct or not.
Okay, read the answer. I will check.
Ma'am, first question's answer 49.
Question.
Ma'am, there are 2,401 students in a school.
One second. 2,700 students.
100, ma'am, 400. 2,400.
Okay. 2,000. One second. Let me take that chapter. One second. 2,401, isn't it?
Yes.
Answer is
Ma'am, 49.
49. Correct.
Ma'am, second question. A
Second question.
gardener has 1,000 plants.
Okay, correct. Okay. Answer is
24.
24. Correct, it is. Correct.
Ma'am, then third question's answer.
Question is, which was the question? 500 children.
500
Is that?
children.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's
16.
16. 500 minus 16, isn't it?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, yes. Okay. Next heading. Next is terms. What is the meaning of terms? Term 4x plus 5. How many terms are here in this example? 4x plus 5? 2. So terms means 4x is a term, 5 is a term. Terms are added or subtracted to get an algebraic expressions. Terms are added. Terms are added or subtracted. Added, subtracted to get an algebraic expression. To get an algebraic expression. Terms means in this 4x plus 5 there are 2 terms. 2 terms. Which are they? 4x and 5. 4x is a term, 5 is a term. We are added those 2 terms and we are getting an algebraic expression. And terms can be a product of factors. See, in this question, 4x plus 5, Here we have two terms. Which are they? 4x and 5. And this first term is again product of 4 and x, isn't it? 4x means it is 4 into x. So terms may be product of its factors. 4 and x are known as factors. Okay. So terms may be product of factors. That is 4x, we can write 4 into x. 4 is a factor of 4x, and x is also a factor of 4x. 4x is a term, 4 and x are its factors. So algebraic expression are by adding some terms you are getting an algebraic expression, and terms are formed by the product of factors. Algebraic expression, terms, factors. Okay, now in this 4x plus 5, we have two terms. We have already said we have two terms. 4x, consider the term 4x. Here 4 and x are its factors. And this 4 is known as what? 4 is, anybody knows what is meant by 4?
Constant.
Constant means it is known as coefficient. Coefficient. 4 is known as coefficient. The numerical factor of a term. Numerical factor of a term is known as coefficient. Numerical factor 4x plus 5. 4x is a term. In that term 4x, 4 is the numerical factor. It has two factors. 4 is a factor, x is another factor. But x is a variable, but 4 is a numerical factor. So numerical factor of a term is called numerical coefficient, or usually we will say coefficient only. Okay. So numerical term of numerical factor of a term is called coefficient. It's called coefficient. Numerical factor of a term is called coefficient. So what is the coefficient of 7xy? Coefficient is
7.
coefficient of xy. Coefficient of xy is 7. Here coefficient is 7. Negative 5x square. What is the coefficient?
Negative 5.
Negative 5.
Coefficient is negative 5. Coefficient is negative 5. So what we discussed about algebraic expressions. What do you mean by algebraic expression? Expressions formed by variables and constants. Expressions formed by variables and constants. And after that,
The
Value of expression changes.
the value of the expression changes with the value chosen for the variables. Okay. Then what we discuss after that? Terms. Terms are added or subtracted to get an algebraic expression. And in terms may be the product of its factors. Terms may be the product of its factors. And what do you mean by coefficient? Coefficient is the numerical factor. Coefficient is the numerical factor. Yes.
Ma'am, can you show the definition of term once again?
Term may be the product of,
No,
no,
ma'am.
not this one. This terms are, this one,
Yes, ma'am.
terms are added or subtracted to get an algebraic expressions. Like our sentence making in our English. English also. Terms are connected with what? For getting a sentence. You have studied, no? English grammar. Some words are connected, isn't it? What is a sentence? You have studied. What do you mean by sentence? It is a
Meaningful combination of
meaningful combination of
words.
I don't know. Combination of what?
Words.
Words. How that words can be connected? Words are connected by conjunctions. Okay. Similarly here, yes. Similarly here we are connecting the terms by plus or minus. Okay.
Now could you show the next slide?
Terms may be the product of factors. Terms may be the product of factors. Numerical factor of a term is called coefficient. Numerical factor of a term is called coefficient.
Ma'am, can you show previous slide?
Our
Ma'am, next slide.
coefficient, numerical factor of a term is called coefficient. So algebraic expression, terms, coefficient, factors, algebraic expression, terms, factors, coefficient. Algebraic expression formed by terms. Terms can be the product of factors, and in that factor, numerical factor is coefficient. Okay? Algebraic expression formed by terms formed by factors, and numerical factor is coefficient. Factor is coefficient. So this much we discussed. Shall I move to the next?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next is monomials. Monomial.
One term.
One term, yes, monomial. Monomial. Expression that contains only one term is called monomial. Expression that contains only one term is called monomial. Expression that contains only one term is called monomial. Examples are 3xy, only one term, 3xy, single term, monomial. Write 5 examples, different examples. Expression that contains only one term is called monomial. 3xy. Huh?
Ma'am, if
Yes.
like if it is like 2y square or like
Yes,
uh,
yes. 2y square, okay.
and if it is separated by a multiplication or division symbol,
Yeah,
will
which
it
one,
be
which one?
different?
Louder, louder, Isha.
Ma'am, if like uh, like 2y and 3y.
2y and 3y. 2y and 3y means 2y
No,
into 3y.
no. Yeah, then if it will it be two terms, two different terms.
2y into 3y. This one, you
Yes.
no. If we multiply factors, it's a term. It's only a term only.
Only if we divide or no, only if we add or subtract
Ah,
it will
yes,
be
yes, yes. Okay. This is only a term. It is only this we can write 6y square. Only a term, single term it is.
okay.
3, 2y are its factors, Isha. 3, 2 are its factors. When we multiply these factors, we are getting a term only. Understood? Okay. So, all of you wrote 5 examples. Next is binomials. Binomial. Binomial. An expression containing or contains two terms. An expression contains contains two terms are called an expression contains two terms, then E is called terms is called a binomial. Binomial. An expression contains two terms is called a binomial. Examples are, one is a plus b, two terms. A is a term, b is another term. A plus b. Or x square minus 3xy. Write 5 examples of binomials. Abid, did you write 5 examples?
Writing, ma'am.
Right. To whom we are talking? Next is trinomial. Trinomial, an expression containing three terms. Yes, an expression containing three terms is called trinomial. Trinomial. Examples are x plus y plus z, 2x square y minus 3xy plus 4x square. It's examples for trinomial. Okay. Next is polynomial. Polynomial. Polynomial means an expression containing one or more terms. Monomial, binomial, trinomial, all are called polynomials. If it is 4 terms or 5 terms together, generalized into polynomials. An expression containing one or more terms with non-zero coefficients. Coefficients must be non-zero. An expression containing one or more terms with non-zero coefficient is called a polynomial. So we can say monomial and binomial, trinomial are also polynomials. See, 4x raised to negative 1. Exponent is negative. This is not a polynomial, right? Not a polynomial. If the power of a variable is negative, it is not a polynomial. Always remember, if variable has negative exponent, if variable has negative exponent, it is not a polynomial. It is not a polynomial. Only for variables. If a variable has negative exponent, it is not a polynomial. So 7y raised to negative 2 is not a polynomial. It's not a polynomial. Write a question. Classify the following into monomial, binomial, and trinomial, and polynomial. Classify the following expressions. Classify the following expressions into monomial, binomial, trinomial, and polynomial. Trinomial and polynomial. You can put an arrow mark and write it is polynomial or trinomial or binomial or
Ma'am,
monomial. Ah,
monomial, binomial, and trinomial are polynomials too.
monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial. Polynomial because you have to mention if it is more than 4, more than 3. Okay. Others you have to specifically say it is a monomial, binomial, trinomial. If it is more than 4, all monomial, binomial, trinomial are all polynomial. Along with if it is more than 4, you can say it is a polynomial. Otherwise, you specify whether it is monomial, binomial, or trinomial. Okay. Over?
Ma'am.
Okay, shall we read the answers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Advait Sinub is there. Advait. Advait. Where is he? Okay, Tom Joes, first one.
Ma'am, binomial.
Second one.
Monomial.
Tom, second one.
Ma'am, monomial.
Okay, Amin. Third one.
Polynomial.
Fourth one. Suryadev, fourth one. Suryadev. Fourth one is a
Binomial.
fifth one. Suryadev. Fifth one.
Trinomial.
Fifth one is which one?
Trinomial.
Trinomial. Advait Murali. Sixth one.
Monomial.
Seventh
Polynomial.
polynomial. Lakshmi Nandakumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Eighth one.
Ma'am, polynomial.
Ninth one.
Ma'am, trinomial.
Nivedya. 10th one. Nivedya.
Trinomial.
11th one.
Binomial.
And last one.
Monomial.
Okay. So by this, our time is up. I'm going to wind up the class. And so for the next day, study what?
Ma'am, today we have one more period.
One more bit, that I know, okay. But if you have any free time, you study today onwards, start your revision. Study powers and exponents and powers. Okay. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Bye, all of you.
Bye,
Bye,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.